Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe.
Welcome back, darlings. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist, Cognac Wellerlane, and we are just about to do a Zoom celebrity interview with world-renowned photographer and artist, Luciana Pampalone. Let's take a look at this fabulous Zoom interview with this world-renowned photographer, Luciana Pampalone. Welcome back, darlings. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist, Cognac Wellerlane, and I have a very, very special guest today. She is a famous, world-renowned photographer and artist, and she's going to talk about all kinds of fabulous things. Welcome, Luciana. Luciana Pampalone, is that the
correct,
way?
correct. Yes,
I'm
yes.
Italian, so that's why I know how to pronounce these things.
You do.
Luciana Pampalone. Beautiful name, beautiful Italian girl.
Sicilian.
And that's me too.
I know.
I'm Sicilian like you. And we get tan very easily. Very easily.
Your tan looks good.
I just started tanning. I've been going, I wear the big sunglasses because I don't want those wrinkles under the eyes.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are going to get into Luciana Pampalone, and I'm going to tell my audience a little bit about her before we get into the interviews. Luciana Pampalone is an award-winning visual image specialist with global experience as a fashion beauty photographer with 25 years experience in content creation, artistic direction, and fashion travel photography. Recently named on George Wayne's Vanity Fair as the top 100 creative influencers list. Excellence in Media Award given by Women's Straight Talk and WOM Media Group. And there are featured articles about Luciana on the Wall Street International Magazine and many, many more publications. So my very first question, by the way, welcome to my pink kitchen. As you can see, my house is pink. Everything in my house is pink. I love the color pink. I'm like Jane Mansfield. I don't know if you know who that is, which is a throwback to the old Hollywood days. But I want to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And my very first question is, like I ask everyone, what inspired you to be a photographer? Tell my audience, tell us the journey and the story behind that.
The journey of the story. I started creating art when I was really small. My mom always encouraged me to be creative because I was creative. I think creative children are different than other, kids.
Yes.
So she encouraged that. And I had taken every art class in my high school, everything, except for photography because I thought it was too technical. So my one day, I think I was like 16 years old. We went on I lived in New Jersey. We went to New York City on a field trip to some museum, and I saw a female photographer shooting fashion on the steps of the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And this is the aha moment. I said, that looks cool. I want to do that. It was just
Now,
that
how old
instant.
How old?
About 16. I'm going to say 16. Then I started shooting models. And I applied to the School of Visual Arts in New York City. I went to the School of Visual Arts in New York City for 4 years. I have a degree in photography. And that's where my whole fashion kind of career started. I was shooting for modeling agencies when I was like 17, 18 years old. I started really young.
Wow.
Yeah, it's our really young.
You were like almost the model yourself, because models themselves are like so young, and you were going on all these fashion photo shoots.
Yeah, it happened, and back in the day, it wasn't, there weren't a lot of women shooting.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you. That was my second question.
Yeah.
What I wanted to ask you was, tell my audience, as a female photographer, as a novice photographer, what kind of challenges did you have facing when you were starting your career in photography? Yeah, I'm sure as a female photographer, there is a lot of challenging. I don't know about so much now, but back then there was.
Yeah,
Tell us about that. Tell us about that.
Okay, I'm gonna roll it back. I graduated I have more than 25 years experience. It's a lot longer. I graduated in the 80s, college in the 1980s, and it was a predominantly male playing field.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I graduated with honors from the School of Visual Arts, and I couldn't find a job as an assistant, as a photo assistant. Nothing, right? So, one of my first interviews, I'll never forget this. This is epic, so epic. My name, most people didn't know if it was a female or male. Luciana, some people don't think it's a feminine name. It could be a male name, right? Some people. So I went to my interview with the one photographer. I walk into his office and he's smoking on a big cigar, and it is like smoke covered, cigar smoke. It was, I don't smoke, so I was like, oh my gosh. So I
sat, a headache.
Exactly. So
and obfuscated.
Well, wait. So I sat down. He takes one look at me. He says, I'm not going to hire a woman, right to my face.
Well, why is that? I notice even now, me.
I said it right to my face. He could have thought it.
I know. I mean, this is even now, though. I notice when I go on the red carpet, you see me, of course you haven't seen me in over a year because of this stupid pandemic. I call it a scamdemic, but that's besides the point. But anyway, I know for myself, when I go on, the red carpet, I see more men taking pictures than I see women. Why is that?
I don't know. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm more of a tomboy, I'm gonna say, even though I look like I am a girl, I'm a woman. But I've always been more of a tomboy. So I think you've got to be a little tougher to push through, especially back then, to push through and deal with that.
In other words, you got to have balls.
I got big balls, exactly.
Me too.
I do. So that's what we have in common. So to be in a male dominated industry for so many years. I mean, I'd walk on shoots and people thought I was a makeup artist or the stylist. They never thought I was a photographer for years. And it was interesting, you learn, success is the best revenge, I always say, and don't give up. Never give up. If you have a dream and you're talented, I knew I was talented. I knew it in my gut.
Oh, and I see your photos. They're amazing photos I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you. But when I started out, you have to believe in yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. I knew I was talented, even though I was getting rejected to be a photo assistant. I was being rejected. I'm like, okay. So I just kept shooting. I kept doing paid tests with modeling agencies back then. And there weren't, it was interesting. I would go to the garment center. I would knock on people's doors at the garment center. I didn't realize how hard it was going to be. And if I knew I thought it was going to be that hard, I don't know if I would have done it.
Yeah. Sometimes ignorance is bliss.
Oh.
Because if you would have known, But
have packed it in.
Yeah. Now, but
I think it's too hard. I think it's really hard getting rejected. And I think that's
it's like
and I think a lot of women gave up because they're like, oh my gosh, this is like, one chauvinist, comment after the other, blah, 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 blah. And, I'm going to
I think so
do
too.
something
I
else.
think people think that as women, we can't handle because with the photography, it's a technical thing, and you're carrying, sometimes back in the day, you used to carry bigger cameras.
Yeah, no,
So that could be it too. They don't think you have the stamina maybe for it. I don't know.
The physicality, it's very physical. I'm at least built for manual labor. A lot of people aren't built for that in terms of the body. Athletic, always been very athletic. So I think that's helped. And also technical. Yeah, I think that was intimidating. I know a lot of male students when I was in college always tried to throw the technical stuff at me. But I thought my teachers were like, well, your imagery it's interesting.
Excellent.
But it's interesting.
I also noticed that with all your photography, you seemed, I don't know if it's because it's in the modeling world, but I noticed you photograph women more than you photograph men. Yeah. And I think you desire that. You actually like to photograph women more so. Why is that?
It's more self-representational. It's easier for me to photograph women and empower women because I am a woman. So I always
want to get that message out.
Absolutely. And I want to make everyone I photograph feel amazing and beautiful and
glamorous.
Yeah, always.
Yes, that's my thing, darling. My thing is I want to be glamorous till the day I die.
You are and you will be. You are and you will be.
I don't care about getting old. I just want to stay glamorous. And I think it's easier to stay glamorous than it is to stay beautiful. Because glamour, you just put some diamond earrings on and false lashes, and you show your big boobs, and that's glamorous, So I think it's a lot easier for that. Now, I also wanted to ask you, what was the most exciting project you ever photographed?
Oh gosh, wow. I've been very blessed. I have that's a hard one to that's my husband in the background.
I see. Hello.
He's on a conference call. He's walking around. Yeah, we're in my living room, my house.
This is in Southampton. This is your home.
Yeah, we're in the Peconic Bay. We're right on the water. It's beautiful. I'll turn the I'll bring the laptop and walk you around. I'll give you a tour really fast in a minute. The most exciting project. Wow, that's a hard one because I've traveled all over the world basically, and I picked favorite places. I'm gonna say, wow, maybe Japan.
Wow.
I mean, I just photographed Carol Alt in my bathtub. That was fun. Just a couple months ago.
Saw that, Carol Alt. I saw that.
It's always fun to get. It's like every day is new in terms of creation, and I think that's.
It seems like your latest project seems to be always your most favorite. Like this thing you did maybe with of course you love Japan, but this latest thing you did, it's like you keep progressing and getting better and outdoing yourself. I mean,
this is actually a favorite project. This is my art to table collection. This is a photograph I did. So it inspired pillows. It inspired.
Oh my God, this is
inspired like this.
Those colors, turquoise, it's like my favorite color in the summertime. Yeah. I love pink, but I do wear a lot of turquoise in the summer.
So the art to table collection was launched this year. We're sold out in that. We'll bring it back in September. But I have a art to fashion collection. So based on that, there's a tote bag I'm doing for the summer. Based on this photography, tote bags. Okay. Here's another one. Oh, this photograph was in Times Square.
I saw that.
I am on a billboard too. It was in Times Square
Who's
billboard.
Who's the model?
Tracy Brank.
Gorgeous. That is such a gorgeous photo. I
And this
saw
is for
that.
summer. This is for the pool for the summer. This is fun, right?
My God, you've got such a beautiful collection.
Thank you. And there'll be more, but I figured I'd show you and share with you before it's even launched.
I have to tell you, you are so visually beautiful, aesthetically, your home. It just, I've never been to your home, but
here.
No. I just want to talk. Let's just talk right now.
Okay.
But you show me later. But I just want to tell you the staircase. I love staircases.
Oh yes.
You know me with the staircase. I always pose in front of my staircase. I find them to be so gorgeous and grand and sexy. So, but I want to get back into the questions about you, and I want my audience to know so much more about you.
Okay.
What does art and photography mean to you? Is it like your whole life?
Yes, I have become my art, I think, at this point in my life. When I go out, I paint my whole body. I'm not painted today because I'm at the beach and I'm wearing my bathing suit. But if I go out, I become my, it's weird. You morph into yourself when you're older, you become your art, I feel, or your work.
Absolutely. Could you tell my audience what was your proudest moment so far of your career?
Oh gosh, that's so hard.
You've won a couple of awards. Yeah, that must have made you proud, no?
Yes. I guess the Times Square billboard was good. That was a few months ago, and the Las Vegas billboard was good. But it's funny because I photograph something, I create a piece of art, then I'm on to the next. The art to table.
I know, that's like, it's sort of like me. It's sort of like how I feel too. Like I've interviewed this person, now it's on to the next.
Exactly. It's the same
I know
thing.
what you mean by that. I kind of get that. I do.
Yeah, and I want to do more home. These are prototypes. They're not even for sale yet. So I want to do more home collection. I'll do some things with fashion, in terms of fashion as well. But I always think I'm on to the next. It's not even like, oh, I sit back and say, oh,
I get that.
Yeah.
Now I want to ask you, if you could own a famous masterpiece, whether it be photography or art, what would that be?
That is good. Oh my gosh. I'm torn. I think of Gustav Klimt. Because he painted in 24 karat gold.
And you're into that. You're into the gold
That's what
leaf.
I'm saying. So yeah, when I the painting behind is 3 karat gold in the background. If you could see it, that's got 22 karat.
I see it.
Also too, Georgia O'Keeffe. So I feel like I'm a blend of like influenced by both of those. So I mean,
how did you get involved with the gold leaf master? How did you start working with gold leaf?
That was very intimidating, actually, and a challenge. And I had an art dealer say, we can do editions of your photography, but you have to make one of a kinds. And it was interesting because this is where the Gustav Klimt and my life kind of parallel. My brother has a commercial painting business where he has a gold leaf master on staff. Gustav Klimt had a brother who I believe got him into gold leafing. It's interesting. There's some kind of parallel there. So I was like, okay, I've got to create one of a kind pieces. How am I going to do this? And I took my photography. It took me like a year to figure it out in the studio. Technically, I had to figure this all out. In terms of my photography, merging my photography with the gold. So I studied with the master, the gold leaf master.
Yes, this is why I was so fascinated.
And then because my brother, had me meet him and study with him. And then I had to experiment because he was always, the gold leaf master only did walls and homes and columns and whatever. I'm going onto canvas. So I had to figure out the technique, the technical part of it. So I finally, after a year, figured it out. And then I had a show my first show was in Bridgehampton. and I sold a piece there. And then I had shown that gold work in at the Anderson Contemporary Gallery in New York. So there. So yes, I have a couple pieces in my home. So yeah, we have. It's just another form of art. To create. It's another piece to create.
Another technique, another thing to master, another project. You'll never stop. You will never stop. Let me ask you something, because we're getting pretty close to closing the interview.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you, what kind of advice would you give a novice photographer, like a young woman now that's going out and she wants to be a photographer and she wants to emulate you? What advice would you give young people today?
Well, I would always say believe in yourself. Create your own vision, not someone else's vision. Create your own vision, your own style. Create your own style, not somebody else's style. Really create your own individual style, because people are going
to be true to yourself.
Exactly, and people are going to pay you for your ideas and your style, not for your technique. See, I learned that a long time ago. Anybody can be a technician. Very few people can be true artists. Yeah.
So you are so much more than a photographer. You really are an artist.
Yeah. You
really are. Now you are getting ready to do something pretty amazing on June 5th.
Correct.
I want you to tell my audience about that.
Oh, that's where I'm going to launch my line of totes, the fashion totes. So it will be a trunk show at my home, a private invitation trunk show at my home. And we have a few designers that will be showing their collections here.
So it's not just you, it's other people that will be involved.
Other artists. And it's just us, it's going to be probably, I don't know, 50 people, but we have a whole outside
coming.
area. I know you're.
I'm gonna come.
I know.
I'll be there.
I know. I can't wait.
Yeah, well, I'll celebrate my birthday because my birthday is like 2 days before.
Okay, cool.
So I'll have to celebrate my birthday at the house.
Fantastic. We love that. And we'll have music here. And also too, the house we bought before COVID. And so this was almost like when we did the lockdown, I got to paint and create and refinish. I refinished a lot of furniture and do interior design. So I did a lot in the house while we were locked down. So it wasn't so bad being locked in a house, a home.
Right. You know what? Pandemic has taught me, I learned how to relax more, and it taught me to, evaluate certain things. And I started to get more involved with my YouTube channel because I was always concentrating on the TV show, not so much on the YouTube channel. But now I'm getting more into the YouTube channel, which is great, And but I want you also now to tell my audience where we could go to find out more information about you as a sexy photographer, artist.
Well, you can go to my
website.
Yeah, I have two websites actually. My main website is Luciana Pampalone studios.com, but you can put that up later. And then I have Luciana's Beach Chic Living, and that's all home design, home renovation, do it yourself kind of stuff, it's a whole journey of the house here, which is kind of cool. So it's my photographer, and you can actually and then or follow me on Instagram. Just follow me on Instagram, and you can link to all like articles.
I already do, by the way. I follow you now.
All that stuff. You can see all that stuff. Just go to the websites, and Instagram basically. Because I try to post every day on Instagram if I can.
I do too. That's another thing I've been working on a lot. I'm working on the Instagram. I'm working on the YouTube. But I have to tell, and I learned how to do the Zoom, and I had to learn how to do the Zoom because there's no more red carpet. So, there will be. It will come back. I'm sure it'll come back. But right now, I had to adopt, and I have to tell you, Luciana, I'm actually liking the Zoom because, you know, on the red carpet, you know how it is. I mean, I'm chasing after the celebrity. I'm trying to get my interview with these
That's a tough job. You got a
and
tough
it's
job.
tough. I mean, you've seen me many times on the red carpet. You know what I deal with Fashion Week. I've dealt with Brinkley, and I'm on the red. You know, but I'm always a mess because the lipstick is smeared, or the lipstick on the tooth, or the teeth.
I don't think so.
Or is popping out, or something's happening.
Yeah. It's real. You're real. You keep it real. You gotta keep it real.
We're here and we're talking, and that's
right.
why
You gotta keep it real. You really have to keep it real.
That's why it's so fabulous. But we're gonna close off.
Okay.
I don't want you to leave yet because I want to still talk to you after.
Okay, great.
But
Awesome.
I want to tell my audience that I want to give you a big pink champagne kiss. I can't do it in person, but I'm gonna.
You will.
I'm gonna blow it to you.
Thank you. Got it.
And we will be back, darlings, with more celebrity interviews. Keep watching Pink Champagne Kisses.
Well, I hope you enjoyed my Zoom celebrity interview with world-renowned artist and photographer Luciana Pampalone. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and always press the notification bell to let you know when I do another video. And I always publish a video every Sunday and every Monday. And my videos are always about celebrity interviews with designers and actors and filmmakers and artists. And I also do sexy shopping hauls. Also, please don't forget to leave me some comments and let me know what you thought of this video. I hope you enjoy the interview, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I always publish a video every Sunday, and I also publish one on Monday. And I love you all, and please leave me some comments, and pink champagne kisses.
Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac show. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. I was brought into this world wrapped up in pearls. I love to mingle, though my husband reminds me I'm not single. I meet and greet both the famous and the elite. I ride in limousines drinking the finest champagne, wearing furs, dazzling diamond jewelry. A girl can't complain. I live the upscale life, dining in the finest restaurants, eating the best caviar for free. And no matter how much I enjoy cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. This has been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.